Kidding. I'm just...
Like, no, I have to. It's already
Oh my
done.
God, leave meeting. I'm going to leave the meeting. I cannot be recorded.
All right.
Hi,
So
Daniel.
we
Hi,
are
Ken.
definitely recording this morning because we've got some exciting stuff to share.
Paul, welcome.
Let me pull up my agenda so that I can start going over a couple things. So first off, I just want to do some introductions. Let's see, who do I have here? First off, I've got Sean Muro with Geneva Financial. Do you want to say hi, share anything with us?
Hello. You know, the business as usual. I honestly, the market is, I mean, it's still hot. I have agents that are out there with qualified approved buyers, and they just can't find a property because of the low inventory. Values are still there, so it's still good.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, I know since our last meeting, the Fed did raise the rate again, another, was it a quarter point?
Yep.
And so I'm going to show you guys the recovery chart. I'm going to go over the desert housing report in just a bit, and I will show you sort of what we're looking at. I think I have to say I have the same feeling Sean does, in that I am still getting lots of contract questions, and I'm helping you guys write contracts, and I'm watching you close deals. But at the same time, I'm hearing out there in the market that things are a lot softer than that. And I'm going to go over the recovery chart with you guys today and a few other things that will be helpful to you. But I think really the bottom line is, if you guys are in a place where you're not getting enough appointments or you don't have enough closings every month, you need to be setting an appointment with me so that we can get together and figure out what needs to happen. We have lots of strategies. I've been through this kind of a market before. A lot of us have. And so please, for those of you that haven't, please tap into us. If you're not getting the number of appointments that you need every week in order to make your goals, then let us know and let's get together so we can chat about it and share with you some strategies that might help you to do some things differently. I don't want to, you know, I've been saying the same thing, like, it's still hot, there's still stuff happening, and I am hearing other people out there telling me like, it's not as hot as you're saying it is. And so I just want to be realistic about the fact that if you guys are experiencing some of those challenges, that you've got a team to reach out to and we can help you with it. But thank you for that, Sean. I know that we were looking at kind of a recovery by like January, and that's not realistic at this point. What do you see as far as your crystal ball and forecasting, where you think you might start to see things turn around? I mean, I know you just said it's hot and you still got lots of people out there selling, but for those that are having those challenges, where do you see that happening at this point? I mean,
first quarter of next year.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So we think they're going to bleed it into the election year. So, but other than that, that's when we're looking for it to start shifting. But again, I have so many ways to get creative. I just spoke with a client this morning, and they're, you know, because of the rates a little bit higher, they're concerned about their payment and they're concerned about closing costs. And I'm like, you know what? I reached out to the agent. I said, where do you think the value is going to come in at? She said, I think we probably have about 20 grand. It's going to come in higher. The value's there. I said, okay, we're going to bump up the purchase price and kick it back, get 10 grand back to them for some closing costs. So again, there's, you know, people really are not, they're showing a lot of signs of really not paying attention to the interest rate anymore. Because it really, it is what it is. And we want to buy a house, and down the road, we're going to refi and streamline that rate down. So just don't focus on it. So I don't go there. I don't let them go there. So.
And you have such creative solutions in order to close those deals for us. I mean, I can't thank you enough for the two you did for me.
Oh, you're so very welcome.
We got very creative on them.
I just got a client back that was shopping me, and he's like, well, Sean, this other person's going to do an interest rate of this. I said, okay, look, I can, for you, because your credit scores are good, I'm going to move you over to FHA. We're just gonna do that for the purchase sake, and because the rate's lower on FHA for you right now. So let's go that route. And and he's totally happy. Okay, fine, good. I mean, you just have to look at all their options, and you have to understand. For me, I have to understand what their dominant buying motive is. What is most important to you? Is it the purchase price? Is it the down payment being small? Do we need to keep your monthly payment in a range that you're comfortable with? So I can work it backwards. So,
are we stuck in points?
Yes. Yep.
Right.
So that was a good one. Wow.
It's just, you know, finding out how to again be creative and make them happy. That's what we really want, is to make them comfortable with the overall experience and the transaction.
Right.
So then the
It
outcome.
is great to have somebody to collaborate with on that stuff. So thank you for what you do for us. We do appreciate it. If you guys haven't given her a shot yet, I really suggest you give her an opportunity with your next buyer. I know I can see several faces on here, one smiling real big right now, that took him a minute to give her an opportunity because he had a relationship with another lender. I didn't call you out.
No, when you're writing those
But
offers for cash with no appraisal,
Mr.
like
Pringles.
holy mother, like
right.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
once these agents have given her an opportunity, Sean has really blown them and their clients away. And she's done the same for me with a referral I was given, and some other things like that. So yeah, we do really do appreciate everything
No,
you do
yeah,
for us.
one of the things I want to add is that Sean kind of stays in the solution with the client. So if the
Mhm.
client is not pre-approved right now, then she will advise and suggest to the client what needs to be done. So it's a team effort, because then what Sean is saying and what I'm saying has to be in sync. Because if I say one thing and Sean is saying another thing, the client is going to be like, what the hell is going on? You both are saying two different things to me. And they will
Right.
throw their hands up and say, I give up. So we have a client right now who is not qualified yet, but they have time because their lease is going to be up at the end of what it is, September?
No, it's actually November, I believe. They have
November,
to
yeah.
move out in November.
Yeah,
But
so
I want you to understand,
Yeah.
every one of you, the way I interpret our relationship is that your clients are like a precious piece of china. And you hand that china over to me, and I'm not going to let it break. And I'm taking very good care of it, and then I'm going to turn them back to you.
Yeah.
And together, whether it's a now or in the future, we're going to get them to that purchase. It's never a no. It's just a matter of when. But that's
Exactly.
honestly how I feel about your clients. It's a
Right.
collaborative team effort, and they're precious. And like I said to Julian, because I said, hey, this is what I'm having her do. She needs to establish credit, both she and dad. So
Mhm.
I need you to go. Oh, I instructed them and gave them a link to credit cards that they could open that will report quickly so
Yep.
that they can establish that credit. And so when I told Julian that, he's like, oh, wow. I'm like, well, yeah, I said, all of the work and the time and effort you've put into this precious piece of china, I'm not just going to let them sit on a shelf.
Right.
I'm
Right.
going to get them ready and get them moving forward.
Yeah, and I followed up with that client, and the client was very thankful. She sent me a long text message saying that, thank you for both of you for being so patient and caring towards us. And I said, you know, a lot of it has to do with you. If the client wants it, they do it, then we can help them. But if the client sits on it and they talk about it, but they don't do it, then Sean and I are just sitting there waiting for them to get it done. And nothing happens because they need to submit what they need to submit, you know, to
Yeah.
Sean. And that
She
way we
does
can
keep
move
it in a
forward.
very positive manner, and she keeps it keeps things moving forward, keeps
Yeah,
everybody moving.
and
it
Sean is a
helpful.
business person, you know, she's very business. We're very business when it comes to this kind of thing. So I like that about
Right.
Sean, because she keeps things about business and is strictly business with the client. And then of course
Right.
other times we talk about other things under the sun, but when it comes down to business, they're very straightforward, very direct, and very efficient, because that's the way it is. You know, just like the one that we have in escrow right now. You know, I mean, we're running into a little bit of a snag, but we're moving in sync. We are synchronized movement, you know, and oh yeah, Sean, I'll call you later on. We are making progress here.
All right,
So
guys, I want to get to the content. So
All
I
right,
just
sorry.
want to do,
It's
I want to
so
do,
busy,
I want to
sorry.
do two more quick introductions. First, I just want to say hi to Josh, our Chief Marketing Officer. Do you have anything you want to add for today for marketing?
So I just wanted to talk about, if you're having an issue with any stale listings, please reach out to me and send me your listing. Let me take a look at it. Let me look at your marketing pieces that you've got. Let me take a look at your photos. Let me take a look at your copy that you have. Stephanie has been doing the AI thing with Jeff, has been doing the AI thing. Like, I actually did it last night with my personal bio, and I almost fell on the ground because I think I'm an amazing writer, but I was like, holy mother of, wow, okay. Because it changes the narrative, because it's an outside looking in piece of it.
Right.
And for your listings and things like that, I'm more than happy to help you to, like, let's switch up some of the copy maybe. Let's take a look at your photos. What is your photo arrangement? Everybody always does the first 4 photos are the outside of the house. Your first 4 photos are the only ones that feed out to the third parties. So it should be your money shots. I mean, I sell more condos with a picture of the pool in the community.
Right.
With the mountain. Because if you're in Canada, you're going, damn it, I want to be there. That really helps. And it's the dumbest little tiny thing that just catches someone's eye.
Right.
So please let me know how I can help you with any of your listings that are stale or something that you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna sell this. Like, I'm right here for you. So I'm always available.
Awesome. Thank you. Jeff, our greenhouse and tech specialist. Do you have anything you want to share with us today?
Yeah, guys. So the push has been on, our CRMs, getting those contacts in order. And I know just saying the word, it's overwhelming. I've actually used AI now to find different ways to help us compile and pull all of our contacts together, whether it be from AOL or Yahoo or your company brokerage email address. There's ways that we can pull all of that together and then drop it into a CRM to get those outreach moments going, those touch points, in addition to the mailings that you're doing, the knockings. That email layer is pretty important, and it's pretty simple to get some campaigns going with that data. So if you want to book a time with me, it's techtimewithjeff.com, or give me a call. I would love to walk you through some ways that I've actually discovered on pulling all of the data together for these CRMs.
I'm going to just make a suggestion. You guys all know I've asked for a little help next week while I'm on vacation with floor time. And I suggested that you guys bring in some correspondence or something you haven't been, willing to do while it was nice outside. And now that it's hot and it's like 72 degrees, I have a sweater on in the office because it's cold under my desk. There's a full refrigerator behind me and there are snackies in the office. So it is very well stocked and looking really pretty. You guys come in here, make an appointment with Jeff while it's too hot to go outside and do anything else, and get your website started. He just did mine for me last week. We used AI to make my tagline. And I mean, it was a really eye-opening experience having him do that. And I have a really weak website right now. I need something to port over to. And we were able in 20 minutes to make something that I was willing to put forward my domain to. So just be aware, he has some really great things that we decided we want to automatically do. First American's calendar of events and Sean Muro's link to her application. We're going to make those that's when he sets up your website, he's going to automatically do those for you. When he did it for me, I saw it immediately added value to the website for me. And so he's able to do that for you in a very brief amount of time. By the time we walked away, I had a little checklist of things I want to sort of research that I'm going to bring back to our next appointment so that we can get more stuff added in. So if you don't have a strong website, don't feel great about it, make an appointment with Jeff. It really is worth the 30 minutes that you're going to spend on it. You're going to spend more time than that, but the first 30 minutes you spend will be very eye-opening, and it will really help you to kind of get your head wrapped around what you need to do with your website if you're not really happy with the one you have. Or even if you just want to use this as a supplement, this can just be IDX, or it can be a different way of utilizing it. Community information, all kinds of stuff that he was showing me that you can put on the
landing
website.
page is huge. The content,
It is, and you have a place to drive your
every
traffic to. Yeah, exactly. So make an appointment with him. If you want to chat with me first about it, that's fine. I can kind of point you in the right direction, but all you need to do is just set an appointment with Jeff. It's a good idea. And John, do you have anything for us before we go into our topic?
Let's get into our topic.
What was that?
Let's get into our topic. I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay, great. Well, today our speakers, I haven't introduced them yet, but that's because there are speakers today. Catherine, Dawn, and Valerie. I know she was here, or I thought I saw her. Is she not around? Okay. Well, the ladies from First American are here today. You've heard us say the word AI or the term AI like 50 times in this meeting already. And I'll admit, I was not quick to adopt this. I was not quick to jump on board. I think all of us have done the same thing where we've copied and pasted our own bio into AI and hit go. And 3 seconds later, a revised version pops out that blows our mind. And then we're hooked. I shared with you guys that last week I created marketing remarks, revised my bio, and pulled the tagline for my website, all with AI. And it was all, as a matter of fact, the tagline, I didn't like the first 10 that it gave me. And I said, more, please. And it popped out 10 more. And I kept doing that until I got what I was looking for. I don't even know that it's the final version of what I want, but it works for now so that I could move on and finish the rest of it and not get caught up on that piece. So because of that, and because everybody's been talking about it lately, I will tell you it's the easiest piece of tech that you're going to train on and that you're going to learn. But we've asked the girls from First American to come in because while there's other forms of AI, like I feel like ChatGPT is like the Google of AI right now, but the product they're going to present to us is from First American and is really real estate based. So when you're having it rewrite your bio or rewrite your marketing remarks or any of those other things, and I know there's lots more you can do with it other than that, but when you're doing that, it's all real estate related. So that's why we've asked the ladies to show us this tool, because I think for you guys, it will be probably one of the most powerful tools you have in your arsenal. And I was just chatting with Carl Rodemeyer this morning that even though I wasn't an early adopter to it, he and I and most of us recognize that if we don't adopt it, someone younger than us is going to, and they're going to start using it better than we can. So I know that's why a lot of us are here, because we want to learn about this. And without further ado, I'm going to stop talking and let the ladies, Catherine and Dawn, I'll set it up so you guys can share screen and let you guys get started.
Thank you.
I am so excited, obviously. Hello, everybody. I feel like I haven't seen some of you in a while. I got back from an amazing vacation, and then the Hubs went and had his second major knee of this year. So I just have been in the thick of it, but I'm so happy to see all of you on screen. I am going to hand over the reins to Dawn because she is the master of this wonderful tool, Paisley. It is, and just to clarify, it is a third party, but the beauty is it's exclusive to First American. So we're very, very happy that we have this tool that we can make available to all of you. It is going to, I believe, allow all of you to work much more efficiently. And that is the key here. I definitely have a little AI reservation. I don't love the world turning into AI magic because I feel like it's eventually going to replace all of us amazing people. But that being said, I also believe in working smarter, not harder. And this is where Paisley comes in. And Steph is absolutely right. It is 100% real estate driven. And what's beautiful about it is it does connect to the MLS. So those of you that have existing listings, it'll allow you to jumpstart from those. And then it allows you to build pre-listing features, bio and branding, as Steph mentioned. And then I know Josh also spoke about those stale listings, and I can't wait for Dawn to show you how you can help elevate that magic. John, I know, has spent some time in the same program. And I'm going to let Dawn take it from here and share all the amazing goodness available to you guys. So thank you, as always, for allowing us to be your title partners. And we're giddy to grow with you and crush this very interesting market and meet our newbies that are on this phone call, Paul specifically. Again, tomorrow we get to see him for the second time. So yes, thank you. And Dawn, it's all yours.
Oh, well, thank you. And I second everything that Catherine said. And oh, forgive me 1 second. Okay, for here? I do. Okay. It's the same one as that, right? Yes. Yes, I do. Please forgive me. That was our escrow. Our escrow had some questions. Okay. Well, thank you so much for the introduction. I am so sorry about that interruption. Let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to Farm Genie, and I second everything that Catherine said. This is an amazing component that has now been added to Genie. I do want to preface it with saying that there is a $50 monthly fee. Before we were in the beta phase and we used to say, play around, do whatever you want. It's all completely free. Now they have assessed a $50 monthly fee. But from my understanding, ChatGPT also has a fee if you were not one of the newbies. There's no commitment or contract, so you can get out of it whenever you like. And we really feel the value is there if you're a person that feels that this would make you a lot more efficient in the way that you work your business. And we also do have a partner code that we can give you 50% off. So please ask us for that if you are interested. And I actually think there are some parts that are locked for the $50 fee, and there are some features that are completely free. So once you get in, you'll be able to see. Stephanie, I am logged in under you, as you can see here. And just so you know, I've updated all your farms this morning as far as the dates, and you'll see emails from me on that. But here we are. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over right to this column and click Paisley Chat. Okay, so when you click there, it's going to take you direct to Paisley. Now, we have all different features within here. I'm so sorry. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect.
Dawn, the rest of you, and maybe it's just me, you guys, are you guys seeing a much more like enhanced or magnified screen? Or are you seeing all 6 tiles?
I see all 6, but I just see the top of the bottom ones.
Okay, so Dawn, is there a way you can go to your 3 dots in your upper right hand corner and see if your settings are set to zoom and see if you can set your zoom to 100 or maybe lower. There we go.
So that was at 100. Now I'm at 90.
I think
So
that's
I'll go
better.
a smidge, maybe down to 80.
I can
think
see
this is
everything at
actu-
90.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah. Okay, so here we are. Now, listing focus. This is where it's going to help you. Now, again, this is all connected to the MLS, which is very different from ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you would have to enter specific descriptions about your listing in order for it to come up with copy. Here, it's connecting to the MLS. So if there was ever a listing that was already posted to the MLS, it'll pull from that. So it'll already have details about your listing, which makes things a lot easier for you and adds in a lot more detail that you don't have to feed the AI. So here we are. This is great if you want to create a listing or you already have
I
a
want to just
listing.
jump in for a second. Hi, everybody. I'm
Hey,
in the other
Ben.
room on office. Hi, I just want to say hi, everybody. So is this thing called Paisley?
It is.
Yeah, so the only Paisley I know is like on my ties or my pocket squares. I don't really know what this AI crap is, but anyway, I'm old school. But you guys enjoy your Paisley.
Same.
I'm gonna go back to my black watch plaid and do some work on my desk. Anyway, it's good to see all you guys.
Thank you for popping by.
I just wanted to pop in, and you know how I am. Wow. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so listing focus, this is where you're going to create your listing package, okay? And I'm going to show you that. Area farming focus, this is actually going to give you an area guide for wherever your listing is. So it'll create basically a description of the area and give details and insight as to the city or even the community that your listing is located in. Pre-listing focus, this is prior to you having a listing. This is if you need help coming up with a description, it'll help you there. Business and branding, this is if you want to create a really robust bio on yourself. So you may already have one, but I would try this out because this one is pretty incredible, the way that it creates your bio. Follow up, this is for you to create or helps you to create a touch campaign so that you can go back and touch your clients numerous times, similar to what a CRM can help you with. And general intelligence, this is literally ChatGPT where you can ask anything. It does not have to be real estate related. So it does encompass that as well. But let's go ahead. I'm going to show you the listing focus for now. So if we click on that, first, it's going to ask you to select a listing. And good thing, Stephanie, you have one in here. I understand that you sold this. It does say that it's been sold. But just to show you how this works, we're going to go ahead and click on that. If you don't actually have a listing yet, that's when you would go to the pre-listing section.
And by the way, I repped the buyer on this one. So it's technically not my listing, but it's interesting that it's still pulled up. I mean, it probably pulled the buyer information from the closed on the MLS, but.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
And you'll. And sorry to interrupt, you're going to see when and again, when it does pull the information, some buyer's name and information may be wrapped into this, but since we're using it as an example, just be aware that if this was a listing, it would be much different. It would be more centric to you personally, but you'll see that. Yeah, we noticed that it is for, in these cases, pulling in some of these closed buyers because it's MLS driven.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So now you can't select no area, but I'm going to select area because we would like to pull in some of that area information if we're able. And it does show us the city or the zip code. I'm just going to pull the city. And I'm just letting this bar go down a bit. And then I'm going to click a yes. And we just have to give it a moment here while it's thinking and writing. Now, what it's doing is it's going to generate all of the copy, okay? But also what's really great is it's going to provide us a link and also give us some imagery as well. So it'll give us some social media posts. It'll actually create the post for you with the graphics, and it's going to pull in images from the MLS of your listing, which is amazing. And so as you go through this, you'll be able to read through, but it's saying I can create any content around your listing here, which obviously it's acting as if it was your listing. We know that you were on the buy side. And so this is where we would click Open Listing Kit. This Open Listing Kit is where it's creating the visual part of it. It's going to continue, and it's actually when I click Listing Package here, this is going to create all of the copy. I love it because it actually brings in emojis and different things. But I'm gonna go, oh, if it'll let me. I want to go up and click. Give me 1 second. I guess I have to wait until this is completely finished.
She's working.
She's like, don't interrupt me.
But I'm sorry, you guys, are you seeing how fast this is happening? Like right in front of your eyes? Like, and for each type? Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Changes it up for Instagram and Facebook, optimizes it for each one of them.
I love the emojis. I think that's so funny how it actually pulls those in as well. So it should be completing just about now. And then I'll be able to go up because I do want to pull the graphics in for you so that you can see what that looks like. You may not use that, obviously. I know that you
But this
have.
is like a really great assistant that just gets everything set up and lined up for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, so I clicked open listing kit, it did generate another tab, and that's going to show us all of the visuals. But while that's loading, I do just want to go through this. So it gives you unique selling features. They have it bulleted out. It does say single story home with large lots, spacious 3 beds, 2 baths, laminate flooring throughout, newer windows and interior paint. Now, these are things that ChatGPT would not be able to pull in the specifics unless you told it that it had all of this. So it's doing it for us automatically. Modern color kitchen cabinetry, newer AC exterior, gives us neighborhood research. So it says Cathedral City is a vibrant neighborhood with a total of 535 sales in the past 12 months. I mean, this is even great for a CMA to even add, or if you just want to email your client with some stats on the community. You can, and sometimes what happens is this was obviously for the city of Cathedral City, but when it is community specific, it will pull in stats for that community. Maybe like Talavera, for instance, it would actually pull those stats in. Here's the property description. So welcome to 30525 Avenida Maravilla. And again, it reiterates some of the bullet points, but obviously puts it more in a storybook telling. Here's Facebook ad copy. Welcome to your new home in Cathedral City. Charming single-story gem offers low maintenance and water-saving yard. Instagram copy, again, emojis, love that. Ad content for Google search. Here's for a text blast if you wanted to blast your buyers. Listing flyer content. Yard sign call to actions. Quick email newsletter. We are thrilled to present a wonderful opportunity to own your dream home. So here's the listing package. Now the visuals, you can't see this, right? I think I have to get out of share screen and go back in.
I can see it. You
can see the picture and it says Stephanie's Marketing Domination Kit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful. I love that it did that. Okay, perfect. So here we go. It says email graphics, but really these are social posts, or I guess you can make it a story. But here we are. It'll say, just sold. So Steph, it'll create that for you if you wanted to do that. If you were doing an open house when you were still listing, or I'm sorry, if you were listing agent on this one, you're invited open house, but it'll create these graphics for you, which is great. This looks to me more like a direct mail piece. Josh, I'm sure you have some, when you're looking at this, you're like, why does it say social story? But it does give you these visuals, which is great. It creates all these different flyers that you can use as well. So, it's just an added bonus. But what you would do is you would take this graphic and then you would combine it with the copy, and you would just cut and paste this, or copy and paste, I should say, into your post or whatever it is that you're doing. But
and we do have through Moxie, we have that Impress piece where the social media pieces and the flyers and stuff will come up. But even just pulling the text from this and applying it to that, if you don't necessarily use the pieces, because a lot of our stuff is branded a little bit better to Better Homes. And you may choose to still use our graphics, but using the copy along with it could go a very, very long way.
Absolutely. And then I do want to show you, because let's say you read through this and you're like, I don't really like the way this reads at all, and I really don't want to have to rewrite everything myself. If you come down here to this actions button, I love this because you can actually change the vibe. So I'm going to click on that. And here you get to decide. So what format do you want this in? Do you want it concise, step by step, extreme detail, or explain like I'm 5? So Steph, what would you like to pick for this?
Explain like I'm 5.
What tone would you like? Friendly, conversational, to the point, or emotional?
Probably friendly with that one.
Okay. Writing style, luxury, straightforward, professional, creative, or persuasive?
Let's do straightforward.
Okay. Audience, are you speaking to first-time homebuyers, sellers, 55 plus, empty nesters, or investors?
Let's say sellers.
And language, I'm going to obviously select the default, which is English, but we do have Spanish, French, Mandarin, and Hindi. And where do we want to apply this? We want to rewrite the last message, but you can opt to apply vibes to a new message as well. So I'm clicking submit, and here we go. It's completely rewriting it, and look at how it reads. This house is special because it is on all one floor.
I love it.
Cathedral City is a friendly neighborhood with lots of homes sold in the past year. This means that homes in Cathedral City sell quite well, and homes like this one are valued at a good price. So, you know,
Dawn, you sound like the next thing out of your mouth is going to be, is your tummy okay?
I feel like I'm speaking to my, my 8-year-old right now with this. But, so obviously you probably wouldn't opt for, speak like I'm 5 for this, but, it has that option, and it allows you to speak more in your tone and the way that you want to come across to your clients.
And
which
maybe
I doubt
if you were asking it, like, where I think that might come in handy is if you were asking it like why you should sell your house now, like those kind of script kind of questions, like can help to give you some of that stuff. The speak to me like I'm 5 would probably really help there, because you can break it down and just choose which pieces of it you want to use. But you're right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. So there's that. Then we have, it'll create a blog post for you. It'll create an email. If you click here, it does Facebook ad content. If you need a script for a video tour or a reel, it'll do that for you. It'll do text message and then listicle, which essentially the listicle is, I like to say it's kind of like the yard sale call to actions. It'll just give you different bullets of information. So this is the listing focused section. Again, don't forget, I mean, there's all these different components, area farming focused. I really appreciate that, because I don't think, we really focus on the area when we're doing a listing and pull in some of the amazing information because we don't think about it. But this will allow you to do that, and it'll give you ideas of things you may not otherwise think of. Again, pre-listing, you can create your own bio. This is for a follow-up touch campaign. And then this is just for anything that you want. Now, this actually is newer. I haven't seen this engagement focus. Paisley will help you create an engagement plan. So that I would say is kind of similar to the follow-up, but I'll have to educate myself on this one. Again, it is brand new. And so we're also learning as we go through this, but we've been pretty impressed with everything we've seen. Did you have any questions at all, or did you want me to go through any of these others?
Well, just so you all know, you will very quickly learn what the engagement plan is, because I feel like I'm going to run that for the office.
The engagement focus, I'm going to click on it as you're speaking.
But honestly, I mean, I can think of 1,000, more than 1,000. I can think of a lot of ways that I could utilize this. Do any of you have any questions, or any of you have any thoughts on how you might utilize this, or the parts that you're most interested in for your business? For me, it's writing copy. I hate doing that, and I never want to do it again, and having somebody to help me with that, especially something that'll link into the listings. That will be really effective for me, because I can do it. It just takes me a really long time because I don't like doing it. Most of the time that I'd spend on it is procrastinating, not doing it. But
Absolutely. And I guess I do need to figure this one out, because as I put in a name, it didn't recognize. So I'm wondering if maybe you have to have the name maybe in the follow-up, and then it'll engage. So
can you go over with us again? So I'm not paying for an account. I'm not paying for anything upgraded. So is what you're showing, that what you've shown today, can anyone access that, or what's the charge for it?
So it's $50 a month, and we'll actually send you something, Steph. Catherine, if you can you sent that wonderful flyer or website. There is a $50 charge for this. Now,
It will let you have the area farming focus for free without paying the $50 and the follow-up. Those are able to be selected right now on my account, and I'm not upgraded, but the rest are grayed out. So you can do
Okay.
your farming and create a follow-up plan, it looks like.
So
Thank you, Jeff, yes.
Don, let's go over area farming focus real quick, just because we know that Steph has. If Steph, are you comfortable with us pulling
Yeah.
something for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Okay, let me see. Should I do Cathedral City in here?
We can. I mean, well, it's
Look.
not specific to her. We're just doing something where we search by address, do Rancho Mirage Resort, right? RMR. Final.
There we go.
No, do the final one, but that's okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't see final there. Okay, content for Rancho Mirage Resort. And here we go. Do you guys see this tab now? Did it bring you over?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
blank, but yes.
Okay, and see, I actually really appreciate some of these graphics because it will, it highlights over the exact location.
Oh.
So it'll-
Oh.
yeah, so it'll
What's
show
the
you.
report?
Let me get out of here.
Can you X out of it?
Where's the X?
I think it opened a new page, so you just have to go back to the last page you were on. Up at
We
the top
see it on your screen. It's at the top.
There we go.
tabs. Yeah.
And my bar is not helping. So here's fast facts. Market snapshot.
Can you click on the fast facts? I want to show them what that is.
So right now in Rancho Mirage Resort, it's showing 0 active, pending, and sold.
No.
Total, no. So this is not accurate. Average years in home is 21.
Something.
The number of years. So yeah, it's not pulling that. Maybe, Catherine, when I did not see Rancho Mirage, let me go back really quick, guys, because I want to show this to you. Okay, this one, resort or final.
Yeah, let's see if that changes anything now. Because we just updated her farm this morning, right?
Yes. Yeah, I updated for August.
Now, Steph, this is a good example of being that there obviously is an information, discrepancy. The team is really good about going in and saying, okay, that's obviously not correct. They will go in and look and research the problem and fix it, so it is updated.
Okay.
Obviously, in your case, you know that, and not everyone will know an area, but
No.
it's important, obviously, that we do a little. Let's see if it's changed anything. No, I don't think so. So
And another thing to note, these two are still in beta phase, and that's why they're still free. So, so that's the problem, or not the problem, but I guess that's some of the things that we may run into when it is still in the beta phase. But again, as Catherine said, there's a chat too. If you just reach out to them, they will gladly help you right away. So,
and we'll look into that on your behalf, Steph, because obviously that's something that needs to be corrected.
Yeah, absolutely. See, here's the chat. So you could create a new chat here and just tell them this is not updating with the correct information, and then they'll go ahead and fix it for you. But I presume that's why these two options are still free, because they're still beta. But everything else should be functioning as it should.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and show them something in the general intelligence section? Because I think that's probably, whatever it is. Again, the first thing I think about is plugging a bio into it, but I don't know.
Okay, what would you like to ask Paisley? Let's say, does anyone have any question that they'd like? Just a random question. It doesn't have to be related to real estate.
How about give me real estate statistics for the city of Rancho Mirage?
Rancho Mirage is an affluent city located in Riverside County. It's known for its luxury homes, golf courses, and resort lifestyle. 1 through
Housing
4.
market, property prices, desert living, golf resort communities. I mean, I think it's as simple as that, that whatever the thing is, it took me a minute other than a bio to figure out what I could use it for. But once I started using it, I realized I could use it for everything. And so it really is. Daniel, I see you nodding your head. Are you using AI in any way right now? I can't imagine you're not. Can you tell me what you're using it for?
Yeah, I'm using AI, Chat GDP or whatever it is called. I have a couple of different versions of it. I use it sometimes for the listing description. I use it for how I write an email. I even just ask them, please make this more professional, and they clean it up. And then also my Facebook post, I asked them to please optimize for my audience during Facebook, and they, whatever the thingy is I want to post about, it redoes it for me.
That's really interesting, just to get it to optimize it, to get it shown more so that you're
And
able
I'm
to
getting more
show up.
engagement. Yeah, because I'm
Really?
because I was, before I asked him to optimize it, I was just getting my mom, you, Ben, Josh, just the regular people that will like it. But now my competitors are
Oh.
now seeing it, and they're like, they're looking at it more.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good to know. All right, so that's definitely going to be something I'm going to use it for now, is I'll run all my Facebook posts through it and optimize it. Or are you just
Yeah.
doing that through the app
No,
on your phone?
yeah, I'm doing it through the app on my phone
Okay.
called it's called Roboco or something. It's free. I
Okay.
don't pay for I just say, please optimize this for Facebook, and then whatever the thingy I want to post, I copy paste it basically,
Okay.
and it just redoes it.
Is anybody else using AI for anything? Nobody?
I'm using a lot of different outlets as well. I just found one for spreadsheets that
Yeah.
create
Oh, we
spreadsheet.
did. Yep, we did talk about that yesterday, having able to help you keep a spreadsheet. And as a matter of fact, when we talk about cleaning up our CRM, I don't quite know how that would work yet, but I
I'm
want to
trying to
make it
figure
do
that
it
part
for
out.
me.
I'm trying to get that. That's what I'm doing right now.
Right, right. Well, and here's what I will say too. You know, this is still, I don't want to say it's new, because it's not. It's been out for a little bit, but it's still in its early phases. So this is the opportunity for all of us, like those of us who weren't born with a phone in our hands, or even a computer in our house. This is the opportunity for us to get in and start learning it, because again, if we don't, somebody younger than us is going to start using it, and they're going to use it better than us. And I just don't want to see anybody left behind. I specifically didn't want to see me left behind. And I was starting to get a little nervous that I hadn't used it yet. And once I did, I realized how beneficial it was. So I'm going to suggest to every single one of you that you plug your bio into it. Let that be the first thing that you do. Sorry, I just had somebody walk in. Oh, hi there. Okay, no problem. Zin, thank you. No problem. Plug your bio into it and see what spits out on the other end. I promise you will be impressed. And just start thinking of different ways that you can utilize it, because there is, yeah, in addition to property descriptions, Craig, again, I will say it over and over, that is the one thing I will use it for every time, because I do not like writing those. That it's my least favorite thing to do with my time. Yesterday I started doing some handwritten note cards in the office. And John did ask me, he's like, isn't there something you can do to make those spit out automatically? And I was like, I don't want those to be automatic. Like those I want handwritten and I want them to go out. But there's so much more stuff that we can automate. and so much more stuff that we can utilize these systems for. So I highly recommend that you guys get in, play around with it, whether it be ChatGPT or Paisley or whatever the thing is you use. I would suggest that you guys all get started with it. And I think the safest thing to do is put your bio in and just see how quickly, within 3 to 4 seconds, it pops back out something that sounds like it was written by a scholar.
Yes, and Stephanie, just really quick, because I'll stop share so that way we can see your beautiful face. But I did click on the bio, and so it does ask you. I mean, if you look at these questions, you know, some of these things you may not have notated in your bio because you didn't think of them, but it asks you very specific questions, so that way you can create a really robust, in-depth bio on yourself.
And that's if you don't have one to plug into it. If you have one, copy and paste it in here and say rework this bio, and it will literally do it for you. So
Absolutely.
I mean, you're right. It is great to have that to lead you. But if you've already got one, and you know, I've had one that I've changed probably 20 times, but now it looks amazing, and I'm really happy with it.
And I like what Craig said, guys. I don't know if you saw in the chat, but he said, I use Paisley and said, give me 5 buyer challenges in the city of Palm Springs market, and then give me 5 solutions. And then he turned those into Instagram reel scripts.
Oh, I noticed
So
you were
smart.
doing that. I'm sorry, I didn't see that one,
I
but
didn't
you're
either.
right. And I'll tell you, that is a great idea, Craig. I have noticed your Insta or your videos, your reels lately have, I don't want to say they've been better than normal, but they've been great. They've been really, really outstanding. And so it's interesting to see where you're getting some of that content. That is a really great idea. Great suggestion.
Yeah, I love that.
And Craig, what else are you using it for? What else have you you're actually using Paisley, correct?
I did use Paisley for a minute, and then I'm just using ChatGPT too as well. Although it's not connected to the MLS, it's still, you know, when I ask it questions regarding real estate, it comes up with some good stuff. But I use it for a lot of my reels now. I go into ChatGPT and just ask it to give me questions and answers, different real estate questions, and I, you know, just work that into reels.
Oh, that is a really amazing idea. Like I said, I've noticed your content has been really on point lately. So good to know that's where you're getting the info. All right. Any other questions or any other comments that you guys have for the ladies on this? I know this is all new and you guys are still getting into it and parts of it are still in beta. But don't let that dissuade you guys from getting started in it. Just whatever it is, whether it's ChatGPT or Paisley or any of them, just start utilizing it. And if you are not sure where to get started, reach out to the girls, especially if you're doing an appointment with them for any other reason. Have this tagged on as something else you're going to look into with them. Or make an appointment with me or anyone of Jeff, John, you know, Josh, all of us have the ability to help you with this stuff. So let us know if you want, and just don't feel like you need to get stuck in it on your own. It's really simple. It really is very, very easy tech to use. You basically plug in your questions and it pops out answers. For me, I'm kind of almost thinking of using it sort of like an assistant, and assigning some tasks to it that I don't want to do and finding new ways to do that and getting creative with it. So we will definitely be doing more masterminding on this. I want to hear more about how you guys are utilizing the technology and what it's doing for you. Other than just writing copy, we all know that's great. But I mean, and I think honestly, writing those scripts for videos and stuff like that is another amazing way that it can write copy that can help you. But we're going to do lots more on this, lots more masterminding, lots more classes. Anything else that you ladies want to share on this before we close the meeting out?
No, I think the thing is, I think just to get people comfortable, obviously, since there's portions of this that are pay to play, the one thing I can say is I do not like people spending money, you know, and we're always very cognizant of that unless it's really working for them or they have a real reason. And if you can toggle between Chat GPT and to at least get your feet wet and start, and you can do it at no cost, do that. And as you build momentum, and you start seeing the fact that our system is really so MLS and property specific, and you can create those campaigns around the properties themselves and utilizing the farms that we create for you in Farm Genie, that's the good time or the opportunity to come in and use Paisley. So it's just kind of measuring out when and how to use Paisley to your advantage, and then certainly use ChatGPT if that product's still free. Or there's that free segment. So I think it's just good to get your feet wet, get started, and then over time, we're obviously here to help. We're here to strategize. It is the future. And so now is the time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I do have one last thing. I've got 5 minutes before I need to let you guys go. And I do have one last thing that I want to share with you. I just want to quickly show you the recovery chart from the Desert Housing Report. And I just kind of want to show you where we're at. We were on a trajectory. So in January of 2021, we were about 60%. We were doing 60% more sales than we normally would. Last January, that was January 2021. 2022, we were almost at normal, but still higher than that. January of 2023, we were 35% below normal. We were seeing this trajectory where we were kind of expecting ourselves to be like at a normal market again by January, but we've kind of I don't want to say we're not bobbing along the bottom, because it's definitely not the bottom, but we're kind of bobbing along the middle of the bottom right now. And it is with the recent changes we've seen in the Fed and the recent actions that they've taken, we don't expect to see that recovery by January anymore. That's why I was asking Sean what she sees, because again, we're thinking more Q1, Q2. But what that says to me, what all of this says to me, is that you guys, that includes me, we all have to do more than we did last year or than we did 2 years ago in order to make what we want to make this year. And so for those of you who are having a challenge, whether it be not getting enough appointments, whether it not having enough real estate conversations, whatever it is, every email I send out has a link at the bottom that says, click here to schedule an appointment with me. Just schedule 30 minutes. Even if you can't make it into the office, let's do a quick phone call. We can always go out and grab lunch, or we can do a quick Zoom if you can't come in. And let's just get together and strategize on what you need to do to get your business jump started, because I know a lot of us are feeling it. I know a lot of you are still writing lots of contracts and are still moving, but I know there's a segment of you that are not getting enough business. And so for those of you that are in that situation, I'm just going to highly recommend, whether it be me or Jeff or Josh or John or whoever, or the girls, First American, whoever it is, just plug yourself into something to get yourself started. Don't be scared. Don't sit in that spot where where you're bobbing along the middle of the bottom with the rest of the market. I want you guys to all get your unfair share. That July Desert Housing Report has some amazing information on it and some amazing stats. I don't have time to go through it today, so I'm not going to, but I will email it out with the recording of this meeting. You guys should all take a look at it. Make sure that you utilize those slides on any appointments you do have. Even you can utilize them as in like a mailer or something if you needed to, because we need to get out and reach out to these people that we haven't been able to get on the phones and talk to in other forms. I just started, like I said, yesterday I was sending out note cards. I went through my CoreFact account yesterday, and I now have 19 leads that have come in since the inception of me starting that account. And I don't have phone numbers for all of them, so I had the girls look up some phone numbers for me yesterday, but I'm also just doing a note card writing campaign where I'm not writing a note card, and inside every single one of them is a California scratcher. So it just to get people to stop and take a look at it. I know that the beautiful thing about this is that I know those 19 people scanned my card, my postcard, to get a home valuation. So I'm just reaching out to see if they have any questions about it. And the beautiful thing is, I know I want to reach out to my whole farm, but I know those are the first 19 people that I'm going to reach out to, right? Those are the first people that have expressed any kind of interest in wanting to know the value of their home. And the reason you generally want to know that is most of the time because you want to sell it or you want to realize that gain. So, and there's still large gains for a lot of people to realize when they are selling homes. So I know you guys are having challenges out there. I know some of you are. Please just don't feel like you need to be in it alone. Come reach out to us and let us help you. We're happy to do that. I did want to share one last thing, and that is that we have one more week left for Play It Forward, which is the CEDAR YPN toy drive that they're looking for sporting good items for the Riverside County Sheriff to have positive interactions with kids out in the field. And we have a donation box in our office. It's almost full. You guys have brought lots of stuff in over the last few weeks. You have one more week left to donate. So when you guys sign up for floor time and come in next week, because I know you're all going to take a shift, I would love it if you guys would bring some sort of sporting good. They asked just to not have no stuffed animals. So that's the only thing they don't want. But if you would drop that off in the bin by next week so that they can, by the end of next week, so that next Monday or Tuesday when they come to collect them, it will be overflowing. We would appreciate it. Last thing I want to say is, again, I will be out next week. So I am going to start reaching out to you guys individually to ask you to take some floor time because I don't have anybody signed up yet. But I've had a few people tell me that they would. I know you guys will, and I know you're going to cover me while I'm gone. Again, we'll have staff in the office every day, but this is just to make sure we also have realtor coverage so that there's somebody with a license on duty at all times. So I'd appreciate it as much as I love to be here for you guys. I really appreciate that you're here for me. When I take a little bit of time off, I will only be in Huntington, so I won't be too far away. I'll be celebrating Wesley's 14th birthday at the dog beach. So anyway, you guys, I want to know, does anybody else have any needs or wants or anything they want to share with the group for the benefit? Nothing?
Mm.
Anybody have any listings that they want to share or any buyer needs that they've got? All right, well, if that's it, thank you, ladies. Oh, Paul, what you got for us? You're muted. You want to unmute yourself?
I'm available for anyone's open house if they have
Wonderful.
or needs help. I would be more than happy to do it.
Great. Josh or Jeff, could one of you, I don't know which one's the appropriate person to ask, could one of you help him to do a blast to be able to send out to the agents? And you know what, I guess it's actually simpler than that. Paul, if you just send out to PD Realtors,
I'll send them the information.
send him the email
them the link,
addresses,
yeah.
and then just forward that email out and just say, if anybody is looking for someone to cover their open house, I'm here to help. And a lot of times Josh gets his covered that way, and there's a couple agents that do that on a regular basis and get their open houses that way. So we'll get you that info today so you can send out an email to everybody and just let them know that you're available.
Great, thank you. And I'm new to the office. I'm not new to real estate.
Right. Paul has been around for a very long time, and he's
30 years.
was a listing agent for BHG in New York. And so he has lots of experience and would be a really good person to stick at your listings that need open houses held. All right, nothing else? Well, you guys have a great rest of your week. I'm here all week. I will be gone next week, but just reach out if there's anything I can do to help. All right, take care, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Great meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.